Before I start, gotta see if I can hear. Woo! It's nippy out here. Shalom, shalom. All praises. Hold on 1 second. Get myself all situated over here, man. That New York weather kicking in, man. That New York weather is kicking in. Hold on. Let me see a little something. Make sure I'm wrapped up. Alright, I'm going to face the east and I'm going to give all praises to the one true power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. You know, to the new members that's on the channel, Yahweh mean he exists and he to be, and Yahushai is the world he calls Jesus the Christ. His name, which means he saves and he redeems. The Rakak Wadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. And double honors to the elder apostles and the elders, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Lord, one that they can continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this word and believing this word. Lord, one that they can continue in the same spirit to endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwakyum that are believers of this faith and this truth. Lord, willing that you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife, and endure and be sincere. And Lord, willing to most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. You know, we come out here days in, days out, week in, week out, you know, throughout the whole year. You know, to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, you know, and the coming of our Savior, Hamashiach Yahushai, right? And the rebuilding of the tabernacles of Jacob, which is and consists of the 12 tribes of Israel, the elect on the side, right? You know, we're servants of the Lord to bring them back to the law, statutes, and commandments in the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai through the sincere milk, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies. You know, it's action going on right now. You know, earlier I posted a video of Donald Trump saying the prophets was speaking of a war in the Middle East. You know, and of course, you know, to hear it more in a clear understanding, you got to be hearing the prophets right now. You know, so it's another episode 2. Another show, part 2 of the prophets prophesying, man. So we going through all angles. It was a lesson I did, I think 2 days ago or yesterday, going into Acts the 4th chapter. I'm going to go back into that, you know, because we have to teach boldly in the name of the Lord. We have to speak boldly when it comes to his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so that the sheep can grow in understanding and grow in faith, right? But the first verse that I would like to bring out first is it deals with the church, you know. So this is Matthew chapter 16 and verse 17 and 18. I'll read in the KJV and the NLT before I get the homology of the word church. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail it. In the NLT, it says, Yahushua replied, you are blessed, Simon, son of John, because of my Father in heaven has revealed this to you. You did not learn this from any human being. Now I say to you that you are Peter, which means rock. And upon this rock I will build my church, and all powers of hell will not conquer it. So nothing on the left-hand side, the powers in hell, right, which is this condition, right? But the left-hand side cannot conquer this, man. They can go happily shall they be, that they're going against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but they're not going to be able to conquer it because the Lord's word is not going to go back to him unvoid, So for the word church, the Captain Yarmayan had brought this to my attention, and I knew it was eventually happen. So I was going to bring it out. 1577, Ecclesia. So the main point of it is it's a calling out. But let's read some of them. I'm going to read the main points, but it says, a gathering of citizens called out from their homes into some public place in assembly, right? Because the prophets, apostles, the evangelists, the teachers, the bishops, they are a spectacle, They make a public show for the Lord, for the angels, and for man, right? Being a show of teaching his word. That's why I named it the second episode, right? It says, an assembly of people conveyed at a public place of the council for the purpose of deliberating. The assembly of the Israelites. That's what church consists of. It's an assembly of the Israelites. It's an assembly for the Israelites, right? In a Christian sense. Let's go down to the actual point that I really want. This is another one. It says the whole body of Christians, which are Israelites, scattered throughout the earth, right? Because Israel was scattered 4 corners of the earth. Yes, it's nations here and nation there. That's what make it so confusing to a lot of y'all that don't have the faith. But you have to be taught and understand the Bible deal with one nation, and it talks about many nations, but the whole plot, the whole conclusion of it is about the nation of Israel, who was given the law, because if all the scriptures point to Yahushai, when you go back to the temple, who built the temple? Who was it for? The Israelites, who dwelt in the temple, the Heavenly Father on the mercy seat, right? When you deal with sacrifice, who was that for? The children of Israel. And who was the example of that sacrifice? You had Isaac, that was the example for that sacrifice, but Yahushai fulfilled that sacrifice. So everything leads to Yahushai. That's why if we was to say this slow, it's not for no other nation, because everything that the Israelites went through that pertains to the law, pertains to the sacrifice, pertains to the temple, it leads to Yahushai. And when you do reverse, it goes back to the ancient nation of the Israelites, right? This is the assembly of faithful Christians, which faithful goes into supporter of the door, a supporter of Yahushai. Christians already dead and received into heaven, but now this is the point we want. The Strong's definition, G2564, a calling out, a popular meeting, right? That's what this is. A church is a calling out. Who are you calling out? The elect. We're calling out the elect. This is why even more when I said I'm going to start with Acts the 4th chapter, because we're calling out the Israelites. We're calling out not just Israelites just because you're an Israelite. We're calling out the Israelites that move like Israelites. Let's go to a classic in Romans the 9th chapter. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 6. Not as though the word of God have none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Right? So to be Israel, or to be an Israelite, you have to move like an Israelite. A true Israelite is somebody that moves in obedience for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because the Lord can care less about our sacrifices if we're not obedient. You saying you laying yourself down like a living sacrifice, but you're not obedient. You know, like I just seen Captain Tazariak said, anybody that's not in the ISUBK, I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. You know, I'm stronger than you. You know, whatever he think he meant through the spirit, that just don't sound right. You know, because we got to come in this thing and be humble. Matthew chapter 5 lets you know, the kingdom is for the meek. The meek is the humble. You got to be humble on this side. It don't matter what position that you got. You know, you still have a service to do. You still an unprofitable servant. You know, but at the end of the day, this church cannot be overcame, man. You know, because this church is going to continue until the Lord close the breaches thereof, and the men of the Lord is not on the highways and byways no more. Now let's get to Acts chapter 4 before I go anywhere else. It is a little brisky out here. It's brisky, and I'm near the so-called hood. And, the buildings is not tall enough, so the wind hitting. The wind is definitely hitting. So in the video, I ended off on verse 29. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at verse 23 because this goes into a prayer of boldness, right? So this is Acts chapter 4, verse 23. It says, and being let go, they went to their own company and reported all the chief priests and the elders had said unto them. And when they heard that, they lifted up their voice to God with one accord and said, Lord, thou art God, which has made heaven and earth and the sea and all that in them is, who by the mouth of thy servant David has said, why did the heathen rage and the people imagine vain things? The kings of the earth stood up, and the rulers gathered together against the Lord and against his Hamashiach. For of a truth against the holy child Yahushai, in whom thou anointed both Herod and Pontius Pilate with the Gentiles and the people of Israel were gathered together, for to do whatsoever thy hand and thy counsel determined before to be done. And now, Lord, behold their threatenings, and grant unto thy servants that with all boldness they may speak thy word, right? So in all boldness, by the power in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, that we speak the word that the Lord wants us to speak. When you go to 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 14, Micaiah said, I will speak what the Lord want me to speak, right? And the Lord wants us to speak truth, right? So we must bring out prophecies, just like what Donald Trump said, because when it comes to this word, you're going to talk about death. You're going to talk about war. You're going to talk against kingdoms. You're going to talk about countries. You're going to be talking about the powers that be, right? Because that's what it takes to be a servant of the Lord, right? Standing bold in your lot, right? Even if Jake want to cuss you out, when you go to, I think it's Matthew 5:44, who was it? Oh, Stephen, right? What happened to Stephen, he was getting stoned. And, he said, don't let their sins be on their charge, and anybody that persecutes you, anybody that bump up against you, you should be throwing up prayers or blessings to the ones that curse you, because of course the Lord see what they doing, man. That's going against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The best thing that we do on this side is call on the name of the Lord. The best thing we do on this side is teach in the name of the Lord. The best thing we can do is stand bold for the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? So to continue, verse 30, it says, by stretching forth thy hand to heal, and that signs and wonders may be done by the name of thy holy child, Yahushai. And when they had prayed, the place was shaken where they were assembled together. They were all filled with the Holy Ghost, with the Ruach HaKodesh, and they spake the word of God with boldness. So, through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I ask him to allow the men of the Lord today, tomorrow, and each and every day to be able to speak boldly in your name, right? And in truth, right? In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, hold on. I gotta get this thing that just popped up in my head. This is Revelations, the 16th chapter. Bear with me. Like I said, I can only do so much. Just want to get into this little point right here. In Revelations, the 16th chapter, starting at verse 13. It says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, which is the symbol of Esau, a serpent. You go back to Revelations, the 12th chapter, it says out of the mouth of the beast, which really goes into, this Roman, this NATO and EU beast, this system that we're under, that lines up with Revelations 12, 13, 17, 18, right? And hey, even 16, it says, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, for they are spirits of the devils. What does devil mean? A deceiver, working miracles right through their technology, right through the Project Bluebeam, just like I seen Little Uzi do. Little Uzi tried to do an intro to his new album, and he had a freaking UFO fly over New York, and people started moving and getting scared, because in real life they're gonna get scared, but it was Project Bluebeam, right? Those are the miracles that they have on the side, the technology, right? It says, which go forth unto the kings of the earth in the whole world to gather them to battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty, right? So the three beasts consist of the religion, which goes into the Roman Vatican, and finance, which is London, right? Europe, if you want to say London, and then the military might, which is America, right? Those are those 3 spirits, man, and we're in this system right now, that's why you have to speak and teach against it, man. This system got a lot of niggas moving like niggas. We got 20 kids jumping one little boy over his shoes, man. This man might not ever live the same. You got Jake's sister. She was pretty a little, right? I think from what I seen, she just jumped down to Niagara Falls with her young little kids, man. The Lord is about to come, man. And it's some people that's tired, people giving up on relationships. The high level of divorce starts with the woman, and they're all trying to get something out of the marriage because now they divorced. They didn't even work for half the shit that they got. You got women like Trina telling that her man got to put all his money in her bank account. He got to ask for money, right? But it's some men that's doing certain things so that they can get up in life, so that they can make something of themselves in the industry, This side right here is not thinking of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The Lord power is going to be known through his terror, not through love, hugs and kisses. You get the hug and the kiss from the Lord when he sup with you in these scriptures, man. Right? Let me get that. I think it's in Revelation, the 3rd chapter. The Lord is supping with us right now. Right? The minute the Lord is out teaching. It's not just only me. Where's the one that I want? Salaki family, I'm trying to get the one I want. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is Revelations chapter 3, verse 19. It says, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. The Lord is rebuking you through the men of the Lord, regardless if you don't see it or not. The Lord is rebuking our nation, man, because judgment happens in the house of Israel, and then judgment is going against all these other nations and powers that be. Jeremiah 28:8, a classic. Verse 20, it says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. This is in red letters. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. Through the Spirit, that door is your mind. The Lord is knocking at your door. You physically think the Lord is about to come to your door right now? Every individual Israelite, he's doing that in the spirit by your mind. That's why St. John 15, I abide in you, you abide in me. If he abide in you, he already knocked on the door. You know, he can knock on the door by you watching the video. You come past, I see some, a brother just posted a video on IG or social media. You know what? I'm not going to look at it. You probably see it, but you don't look at it. The Lord just did that. That's how quick he knocked on the door. You know? It is right there. It's a huge knock. The Lord is coming. Destruction is coming. The prophets is prophesying. Oh my goodness. Donald Trump said this. That is a warning. That's a knock on the door. And when you watch these lessons, when you're reading, the Lord is supping with you. When you grow into understanding, right, you're getting edified, the Lord is supping with you, giving you the understanding through the Spirit, you know? The Lord is doing the same thing he did back then. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 5. What happened before is happening again. So the prophets have to come out here. This is another job, man. You know, standing boldly for the Lord is another job, you know? So these three spirits is working hard to distract us, man. Let's go to a classic that we always bring out. They're distracting you. Why the elites is making bunkers? Why they not telling you? Well, what the hell how you gonna make a bunker, man? You know? The elites making bunkers, but they not telling the younger citizens that destruction gonna happen, man. Because they know Revelations 11 said that third woe is coming, man. That third woe is a third war, man. Donald Trump just spoke about it, man. This is Revelations 12, a classic of classics. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time, right? And the devil, the number one thing he's gonna do is drop bombs, man. They might tell you, no, we ain't gonna drop bombs. It's no way you creating nukes and ain't gonna use them. Isaiah 54 verse 16, the Lord created the smith and the waster. The Lord ain't wasting no damn time. He's not about to have you make something and you ain't gonna use it. It's gonna be the biggest massacre, the biggest death that the earth has ever seen, man. Indignation is coming, man. You know, the terror of the Lord is on its way, you know. And guess what? The Lord have given us to these powers, man. We're in the feet right now, the toes, right? Ushering into the toes. Because soon as NATO cut ties with America, man, it's over, man. You know, it's over. And right now, a lot of y'all don't see America is getting slowly naked. This whore is getting naked. She's taking off her clothes to get slutted out, man, by the nation's nukes, you know? By the nation nukes. This is why we have to come out here and teach this word, you know? Let me go to this in the classic of Matthew, right? Because we got to know who blessed on this side, man, while we waiting for the Lord, man. You know, because this is a good thing to hear when the Lord says, blessed is he. You know, you want to aim to be one of those ones that's blessed on this side, you know? But you want to always be humble, man, you know? This is Matthew chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, right? Disciples are pupils or learners, right? So we have to be learners of this truth, right? By your faith, you're going to be drawn to hear. It doesn't matter what you're doing, man. You could be playing chess and you can hear the word. You could be doing boondoggle. You're hearing this word. Shoot, hey, you might be playing the game. You're going to put it on mute. You're going to hear this word. It's just like, this is a news call. Well, you know, like that little annoying beat, the freaking, what's it called, alert? The Amber Alert? Or the that joint when you got on the TV when it go, yeah, weather announcement or this announcement. This is what this is, man. This is a trumpet, you know, preparing you for what's to come. It doesn't matter if it's a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, right? This is a warning. You always want to pay attention to warnings because you don't want to make excuses to say, oh, I didn't know, I wasn't ready. That's your fault because none of us can say that we didn't see the warnings. You ignored the warnings. That's the difference, right? Now, verse 2, it says, he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, this is Yahushai, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, right? We got to be poor in spirit in this side, man. Poor, You know, you're simple on this side, man. You know, you're poor in spirit. You know, Lazarus was poor in spirit. What some would say, you guys are bums. Shit, man, we poor in spirit, man. Hell yeah, I'm a bum on this side, man. You don't want to boast that the accolades or whatever the dumb stuff that you got on this side. You know, the Lord is looking for the humble. It says, blessed are they that mourn and shall be comforted, man. Are you mourning? Are you calling on the Lord to bring destruction, man? You know, your boss is talking to you sideways, right? People giving you the ugly look or looking at you different, right? Just because how you move, man. But guess what? The Lord put these things near you to see how you handle it, right? To see if you call on his name. You know, sometimes you might have to throw up curses. Sometimes you might have to call the Lord to watch your boss or your supervisor. Or you might have to call on the Lord to touch your wife in a certain way so that she could get in freaking line, or that the Lord make example of your children or make example of some of Jake that's not hearing this word, man. You know, we're mourning, man. That's what good mourning is about, man. You're mourning for the affliction. You're mourning because this finance of London is all throughout the world. You're mourning because of the military, man. You know, because in a minute they're gonna bum rush your house. You're mourning because of the religion. All these other religion is getting boasted up, man. All these religions, they've been established, especially Christianity and Islam, right? This truth is new to us right now, man, because it was a falling away. You know, for 350 years, Revelation 11 chapter, and years before that, it was a falling away. This truth is new. That's why the Lord say in Psalms 33:3, sing him a new song. The new song is this truth. This is a new song because it was a falling away. It's new to us in the flesh. But guess what? Your spirit is getting back to remembrance of what it was. Because ain't nothing new under the sun. When you step back in this ministry, it's not new to you. It's new to this flesh. It's new to the world because it was a falling away. You know, you were dead. Now the Lord is waking you up, baby. Right? So we're mourning. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. The humble is going to inherit the kingdom. The humble. So blessed is the meek. If you boasting on the shit you got, I got 50,000 people following me. Oh, this is why IUIC said, if you don't got 1,000 people on your channel, the Lord not dealing with you. If you're wearing mixed up colors and everybody not matching, the Lord not dealing with you. You're not of the elect. Nigga, what? You got to be humbled in this thing, man. I'm no better than anybody in here, man. I didn't start this truth. I don't got no new breakdown. I don't want no new breakdown. Because the scriptures say you're going to get into other men's labors. If you a student, you got to understand you're in other man's labor. What you coming up with something new for? You know? Why are you acting like you did something? You didn't. Yo, we're watering. We're planting and watering on this side, but it was already established. You know? The Lord already set this team up already, man. You know? You're just coming back into the remembrance of who you are and who the nations is. It says, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst for righteousness, and for they shall be filled. Right? Because you need to be hungry and thirsty for righteousness, for this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. You know? Because all these things that the Lord give us is a gift. You know? Every man and every woman that is the children of Israel, their number one desire on this earth should be the kingdom of heaven. Not the kingdom of what you see right now, face value. You know? This is not living, man. This is not our rest. You know? Every day I gotta use my oppressor's money. Oh, just stop using it, bro, and live. What? I got to provide for my house. We're in every captivity. You had to use the currency, whatever that currency was. We're brought low. Me just as one, without the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, without him giving out the go, I can't take matters in my own hands. That's impossible. You know? You got to look at this as face value. We are under captivity, under oppression, under our enemy. Oh, I'm not under slavery. Everybody thinks slavery is just physical. Slavery is mental. Slavery is financial, right? You don't have freedom to go do what you want. You might think it. If you got an ID, you can't just drive without an ID or without insurance. You can't go to other countries without a passport. You're not free, man. Everybody is conquered, man. But guess what? That physical gonna come back when that MOTB is pushed, which is a physical charagma. You know, that RFID, right? That chip, right? But it's getting upgraded each and every day, man. The more technology grow, AI, the more that device is gonna grow. You know, technology is growing at a fast rate, and y'all don't really see it, man. You really don't see it. You know. Let me continue. It says, "Blessed are the most merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you." You have to know persecution is going to happen in the house of Israel and the nations. Don't think persecution is, some brothers want to break it out. Oh, the nations are going to persecute you. Yes, they is, but guess what? The nation of Israel is too. The same thing of old is going to happen again, you know? Your so-called Israelite men and women are going to persecute you. They're going to mock you. Oh, he said this was going to end. Oh, he's this and this and that. You know, they're going to make all type of names about you because you're teaching the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and these things have to be fulfilled, man. We're all waiting for prophecies to come to pass. We're waiting for everything to be fulfilled that pertain to Yahushai. Let's go to Luke chapter 24. Verse 44. I see that the Lord got me jumping in this gospel. Got me going in that good news. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 44. And it reads, it says, "And he said unto them," this Yahushai, "These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which are written in the law of Moses, in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me." All should be fulfilled. So that means we should be boldly preaching this word. That goes back to what we just brought out in Acts the 4th chapter. Boldly, you should be making your call and election sure. Especially you ones that want to say, "Oh, I'm the leader of Israel. I'm one of the leaders of Israel," right? And then you got some, oh yeah, they're, I don't know if we could call these brothers Israelites because they teach this doctrine right here. But you got brothers saying that we in the new covenant. You got brothers over here that's still in the argumentative, wanting to debate. Brothers really don't have real faith in the Lord, because if you really did, you wouldn't even debate, man. As soon as you see that they don't get it, you keep it moving. Some people want to make this truth an entertaining thing. Laugh. Ha ha ha. Hee hee hee. Yahushua didn't do that back and forth. If you asked him a question, he gave you an answer, then he kept it moving. Most time after he said what he said, they either wanted to put their hands on him and he just moved. He disappeared. He was in moving motion. Yahushua didn't do that back and forth. He was all stern. You see when you go into the 10 talents, he left, and then when he came back, he seen that one didn't double up. He said, "I knew that you was an all stern man, so I kept it safe." He said, "Man, you knew that I was." He said, "Man, take what he got and give it to the one that got 10. But what happened with the man going out to the highways and byways? Gather as many as you can. The ones that want to get to the marriage, or the ones that didn't have their garment on, which is just wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, they was thrown into outer darkness, that destruction that's going to happen in the end. Yahushua don't got time for this back and forth. It's his way or the mother-sucking highway. That highway got many nukes on it, man. You out your living rabbit mind, man. You know, let your yay be a yay and your no be a no. Just teach this word. Now let me go to another one, man, because now that just made me think of 1 John chapter 2. This is 1 John chapter 2 in verse 21. It says, I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth, but because ye know it, and that no lies of the truth. Because you know the truth, it cannot be a lie in this truth, man. So say if you do slip the tongue, go look for the breakdown and go fix it. Or if somebody corrects you, take that correction, get those precepts, and then go read it and go see it for yourself and try to make sure it aligns with you. If you still don't get it, go pray to the Lord, right? Because it's 100% truth out here. I'm going to say it again. It's 100% truth out here. And everybody don't got it. Because we just read it. 1 John chapter 2, verse 21. Everything in the sincere milk, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies, if it's broken down in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, that is 100% truth. Everything I just said. But when it's broken down, it has to be truth. It can't be a lie. You know? It can't be a lie, man. So let's get into this one prophecy right here that we're waiting for. And I quoted it earlier, Revelation 11th chapter. A lot of y'all think that America is going to be the end all be all, is going to stay forever. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's a warning, man. The third woe is the third war. You had the first war, the second war, right? Now we about to go into that third war. It's already getting pushed. You know, soon as this MOTB is in full motion, that is another warning to show you we are in initiation of World War III. Every empire that cannot last that long, man. Let's go look it up, man. Let's go get a fact check. Fact check. Look at it. Let's get the facts, man. America is an empire. Oh, America is not an empire. Just because they don't quote it and say it, right? Because Babylon means confusion. This place is confusion. This is why you can't understand that. So I'm gonna read what we found. It says the average empire lasts around the average empire lasts around 250 years, but many empires have lasted much longer, right? So an estimate, empires last about 250 years, right? And some did last longer. You know, Egypt was an empire. They had their little dynasty, and we was in their captivity for 400 years. You know, so when you go to Revelations, the 11th chapter, and you deal with the 350 years, that's 350 years of us being dead in this place, America. We was under that physical bondage, you know? We was under that physical bondage. Well, what is it? When you multiply, I mean, when you add up certain numbers, right? When you add up, Salaki, when you add up 1776, take away, okay. Salaki, I'm trying to see, is it? Yeah, I'll do it this way. 2025, take away 1776, which that's when like America was established. You know, that's when America got established. That would be 249 years, right? So from 1776, America was established, right? I got a picture just to fact check. That's not that what I'm just showing and going into is not going into the 350 years, right? When you go to this, This picture right here, right there at the bottom, it shows you the U.S. 1776. The United States was established under Esau, right? And it really got established in 1776. Before 1776, Israel was under physical bondage in America, and the transatlantic slavery, traveled four corners of the earth. Israel was scattered four corners of the earth. And that was 350 years, right? So let's time that time to the time that we just seen, or let's add it up. So 350 plus 249. That's over 599 years. Woo! Now, if you subtract 1619 from 2019, that was 400 years. 1619 is, I actually do it because I wanted to fact check, because I don't, I want everything that we doing. So 2019, take away 1619, that's 400 years. 400 years, right? That's only 1619, but when the Renaissance grew, and then they kind of established and brought us over here, that was about probably the fifth, in the middle, or the beginning of the middle, close to the end of the 1500s. And that's where you accumulate the 350 years of the physical slavery, us on the boats and us coming here, then traveling everywhere we went between that 350 years. And then after the 350 years, America got established, and now we're in that situation of America being established. And right now we're in 249 years of America being established. You add it all together, that's 599. The elites know. We just read in Revelations 12, they keep all documents and they calculate all of this. And I just use history. Yes, Esau lied about certain things, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai is smarter than all of us. The Lord didn't let everything be erased. The Lord didn't let everything be hidden from you, because the Lord tell us that knowledge shall increase. Let me see if I can get that real quick. And that should shock a lot of y'all, And that goes to a lesson that I did on 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. A lot of us should be crying. You should be really pondering on the Lord, because why he let you grow in this knowledge, man? You got to really think, man. It was a falling away for 350 years. Where is that? This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Right? When Yahushua came in, the law, the prophets was taught. Right? And then you had the Gospels being read. You had the letters of Paul being read in their time. But after the apostles and them died, right, it was a falling away from this truth. The edification was not in the earth, right? And then eventually that we got taken and brought in them slave ships and sold, and then brought over to the Americas. The Northern Kingdom was already here, but you got to know the Northern Kingdom was going off. That's why the Lord sent the Europeans over here. Whenever the Lord sent a nation against you, it's because you went off. So the Lord sent a nation from far all the way to come to the Americas, because they, Christopher Columbus knew that it was some Israelites over here. He knew about the Northern Kingdom over here. But guess what? The Lord sent them over here because the Northern Kingdom was going off. They were serving other gods. When you go to 2 Esdras 13, they said that they were going to try to come here so that they could keep the statutes of the Lord. Guess what? They went off, because even before they left the Assyrians, they was already going off. Right? It was already going off. So the Lord sent the Europeans because the prophecy had to be fulfilled that the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes, would be in captivity together. That fulfills those prophecies, right? Let me see if I can get that, man. Again, man, it's cold out here. It's not even just my fingers. It's just cold. I hate the cold. So, lucky family, I'm trying to be precise and get the actual one I want. This is I'm trying to find the actual precept. Oh man, it's lucky family. I think I'm in the right chapter. I think it's Jeremiah the 50th chapter. I know nobody is in the chat so that they can make it quick for me and put it in there. Actually, I got it. It's Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. I said at 31. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, power of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in the cities, and it shall devour all around about him. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel, which is the northern kingdom, and the children of Judah, which is the southern kingdom, were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go." Right? The only captivity where Israel as a whole was in captivity together was Egypt. After Israel, the exile of Babylon, 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, the northern kingdom was already taken by the Assyrians, right? So they was held under Assyrian captivity, and the northern kingdom was under Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian captivity, which is Nebuchadnezzar's Assyrian, right? And then eventually they went to the Medes, and the northern kingdom came to the Americas. Some of the remnant of the northern kingdom stayed over there. You got Tobit, you got multiple people, right, that stayed over there, but the northern kingdom, the whole bulk, came over here to the Americas and the Caribbeans, right? And that was gonna usher in the end times. In the Greek captivity, it was the southern kingdom. It was the Jews, right? It was the Jews. The Roman captivity, it was the Jews, right? But again, the northern kingdom was over there. They was over there too, because you have certain northern kingdoms that's in the scriptures too. It was some of the northern kingdom that was in the time of the Greeks. It was some northern kingdom in the time of the Romans, but majority was the Jews, right? The northern kingdom was in the Americas because that was going to fulfill the prophecy of what we just read in Jeremiah the 50th chapter, verse 33. Israel and Judah will be in captivity together, right? And this is where we go to Ezekiel 37, the dry bones. This is the valley, What is it in Psalms 23? The Lord lead me through the valley of the shadow of death. This is that valley. And we were dead in a lower state from the neck up without the knowledge of the Lord. And the Lord is bringing the two sticks together. When you go back into the law, I believe in Leviticus, all the heads of the 12 tribes got a stick, a rod, to be the example for that tribe. That's a stick. Aaron, he had his stick. He was the head of the Levites. Each tribe, Judah, he had a stick. Zebulun had a stick. But then when you go to Ezekiel, the two kingdoms after the northern kingdom got removed, really when Solomon fell, when Solomon ended up dying, the kingdoms got separated. 10 went to Jeroboam and Judah, which was some of Judah and Benjamin, but Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, but they stayed with Rehoboam, David's son, right? So then Israel got split up into two kingdoms, the southern and northern kingdom, So now the Lord is bringing those sticks together. This is why brothers use the 12 tribe chart, even though you don't agree with it, right? But that's the symbol of the two kingdoms becoming one in this captivity. Not literally in this captivity, but literally the 12 tribes are coming back together, teaching the word, and then when Yahweh Shai come, We're going to have one leader, one head, right? And we can just show that in Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. And the nations don't want that because we're more powerful when we are together. And I'm not even talking about, oh, we killing each other, we need to come together. I'm talking about the ones that believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, in this faith, you know? So this is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 16. It says, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, which is the southern and northern kingdom. It says, because Ephraim is the head of the northern and Judah is the head of the southern. It says, for all the house of Judah and his companions, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou now show us what thou meanest by this? So now he's going to explain, because the children of Israel won't understand it. You're talking about these two sticks come together. What that mean? Say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, right, which consumes the 10 other tribes that we would say, right, or the 9. It says, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, which consumed Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand. So that's just going to consist of the 12 tribes of Israel, which you read in Genesis, the 49th chapter, from Judah all the way down. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, such and such, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Zebulun, Asher. I'm probably missing some of the names, but all the 12, you know, they're going to become one. And that just means, because I'm going to read it, it's just going to go that they're going to be one kingdom instead of two. That's plain, right? So verse 20, it says, in the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before thy eyes. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they are gone, right? And this is why through the Spirit we're coming together and teaching His word, because when the Lord come back, the 12 tribes are going to be under the same. We're going to be under this understanding through faith, and the Lord is going to come and grab us as a whole. You know, that's what's going to happen. When you go to Revelation 11, that I keep quoting, verse 11, you know, we got the breath of life and we start standing on our feet, and the nations got terrified. They're watching us now, man. How could Donald Trump say the prophets be teaching that the war is going to happen in the Middle East? What prophets is he talking about, man? We're standing on our feet, man. Fuck them niggas, man. So again, it says, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side from the four corners of the earth, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, going to Yahushai and then David, and they shall be no more two nations. See, and I explained it before we got here, and this is a fact check. I said it, and then now we just read it, because Israel was two nations. They got departed. Right? Literally, the 12 tribes on this side became 12 nations. African Americans, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, those are nations. But literally, the 12 tribes are a nation by themselves. Right? So it says, one king shall be a king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations. Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all, man. We ain't going to be two nations no more, man. We going to be one kingdom under Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Let me go get this in Revelations. Revelations 11, man. If you're not in this ministry, I don't feel bad for you, man. Through the Spirit, I feel bad for you, because the Lord is working. It's too late in the game. You could go watch a football game. You could do all of that later. You want to get this knowledge now. I'm telling you, America is going to be destroyed, man. YouTube, I understand y'all got certain copyrights and certain things, but this is how you know the truth get attacked, especially when it's the truth. I can't say the Juju names. I can't speak about LGB2123. I can't say other extra stuff. But you got people showing nakedness on YouTube. They talk about the Juju beings. They talk about the LGB community, and they page don't get flagged. But soon as we teaching this truth, ours get flagged. Come on, man. I got strikes on my damn page just because I'm saying gay or saying this and this and that. Because they're watching, you know. They got a short time they're watching. Let's see if they're watching. Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. After 3 days and a half, that's that 350 years after that physical bondage we had in America, then America got established in 1776. And that ushered this United States, this USA, this empire, right? And we've been in this empire for 249 years. All you got to do, subtract 2025, because we're about to be in 2025. If you want to do 2024, it'd be 248. But after New Year's, which is in spring, March, I believe, but this side, they say January, it's going to mark 249. So from 17, when you subtract 225 from 7076, you get that number, 249. Add that to 350 years, and that's going to be 599. When we get to 2026, that's going to be 600 years. We had the physical bondage, and then now we're under this beast all over again. Because when America got established, it was the beast getting established. The Roman 2.0 was getting established. For the 350 years, this place was getting builded up like Egypt, getting builded up. So we really haven't been in this empire that long. Literally. This American Roman 2.0 empire, we haven't been in it that long. Only for 259 years. For generations after generation. I ain't gonna hold you. So Revelation 11:11, and after 3 days and a half, which is 350 years, the spirit of life, right, the breath of life that was in Adam and all the prophets and apostles, from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, right? And it's not these lower Edomites, because they don't really even know what's going on. It's the ones that do know, you know, the ones that benefited and truly profited off of slavery. Every bank that you have, Citizen Bank, M&T Bank, JP Morgan, all these banks, they profit off of slavery. All the things that you was cotton, they profit off of slavery. I got the poster in my car. Let me see. Better yet, I can fact check that right now. You heard? Because I got the picture right in my phone. Please say I do. Please say I do. Please say I didn't delete it. Please say I didn't. I didn't. Let's get it. Right here in this picture right here, man. Just keep a good look at it. I'm going to say the names. I'm going to read it. It says, major corporations you never know profited from slavery. New York Life. Some of them I can't read because it's blurry. Tiffany & Co. Norfolk Southern something. I can't hear it. U.S. Today. Media. Lloyd's. Green King. AIG. The Federal Reserve is these other ones I can't see is blurry. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citizen Bank, Barclays, Lloyd's Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, Chase, Bank of Boston, Brown, HSBC. It's so many other. I can't really see them that well. Health insurance, car insurance. You know, like Progressive, all those insurance companies, they profited from slavery. Slavery was a multi-billion-dollar thing, man. The Rothschild, a.k.a. Rockefellers, they made millions and millions and billions of money off of cotton. The things that you have where America is established, cotton became the most popular. I forgot the book at home. It's called How White Folks Got Rich. You could download it on the Kindle, on the phone app, or You could buy it on Amazon. I think 11 bucks. And it tells you how oil is today. That's how cotton was back then. You know, they made millions off of molasses, the Jamaicans, you know, tobacco, tea. You know, when you went to school and they talking about the tea thing, you know, niggas. So coffee, tea, molasses. I said tobacco, right? Cotton, you know, railroads, you know, buildings, bridges to get to state after state. A lot of us was doing those things for free, you know? And that was in the 350 years. 350 years we helped through our physical bondage, helped them build America to what it is. And then after that, they started to work on their finance. And then now they put us more in a slave bondage, which is a financial and a mental state of mind, because they get you with this technology, which mess up your mental. Our kids, they hurry up and get on the technology, and your kids don't want to read. Your kids don't want to learn. If you tell your kids right now, we about to go read, I'm about to teach y'all the Bible, I'm about to teach you some scriptures. Your kids is not going, oh my goodness. You could be doing it for an hour, you could be doing it for 2 hours, you could do it for 3 hours. Let your kid get on a computer, a phone, or a TV. I bet you they could do that for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, damn near the whole day. And you telling me reading or teaching, and you giving the edification, and they, oh, it's too long, it's doing this. Don't you know in movies they talk? In the video games, they talk people moving around. This is how you know they're mentally messing with you, then financially messing with you, you know? You think you might be getting a good job, go look at your check. Look how much they taking out your taxes. The more you make, the more they take out. Then now, instead of doing the physical work, now we like, man, I want to take it easy. Let me be a porn star. Let me do OnlyFans. You know? This place has to go. It has to go. That's why the people that's looking at us right now, they're afraid. Not the lower Edomites, because they're not in power. They're just a low, they're a three-time loser. But the higher up elites, all the media, these banks that we using, I got Citizen Bank. All these banks that we using, you know, they have the power of that. And if you really knew the system of the bank, all of us were rebel. But guess what? The Lord made sure that you didn't even know all these things. Now, some of us might know, but all of us don't. The Lord did that because the Lord wants us to focus on him. Don't you know a lot of us that come in this truth, and the ones that's not in the truth, we all pay attention to Illuminati and Mason. It all leads you to going to go seek Yahweh Shem Shai. We put Illuminati over seeking Yahweh Shem Shai. We put TV over Yahweh Shem Shai, making it in the industry, weed, drugs, crack, liquor. We put all of that. Man, we put the coochie over Yahweh Shem Shai. You women put the Oscar Mayer Winky over Yahweh Shem Shai. But yeah, you got to have a husband. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the bed undefiled, but for you to want the heaven, for you to want the heaven, for you to say you have a relationship with the Lord, you put him before all of those things, man. This is how you know if we're still in a dead state, they're winning. And it's not even they're winning. They're doing what the Lord, look, that right there, that shit right there, man. I got a rich billionaire video on YouTube that I'm always, always using a lot, where he said, we had people make sports cars just to make you feel like somebody. Like, these people really feel high value over that damn car, man. But when Jake get money, show me when they buy in a city. Jake don't even got enough money to go buy a city. Guess what? When you go buy a city, you're going to be the most taxed. This is not a place for us to be free, you know? You know, Yahweh Shai told us, man, reward Caesar what is Caesar, man. It is time to wake up, you know. So let's see, man. I'm trying getting a little nippy out here, man. Getting a little nippy, you heard? You know what? Let me go with your son I brought out last week, and then I'm going to close out. Okay, this is Daniel chapter 2. Starting at verse 39. It says, and after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. The fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. For as iron breaketh in pieces, subdueth all things. And as iron that breaketh all these things, shall it break in pieces and bruise. When you go to Zechariah, the first chapter, verse 21, when it goes into the four carpenters is the Persian Medes, the Greeks, the Rome, and the last one is Yahushai. And that just goes into like the statue, the materials, right? Like right now we seen the first one we started was the third carpenter, which was inferior, and it was brass. And then a fourth one, it was iron. So the fifth one is going to be a stone, you know, but we're going to get into that, Lord willing, through this chapter. Verse 41, it says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter and clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. That goes into that, the 10 colonies, which really just breaks down the European, you know, the NATO and EU, but really that all goes in with the fourth beast. Because you don't see a fifth beast that's going into the fourth beast, right? Which we're in this thing now, right? It says, but there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron fixed with marred clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron, Salaki, part iron and part clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken, right? And look right now, America is partly being broken. They're partly getting broken, but they're partly strong because they have their allies, the NATO and EU. You know, a lot of y'all not lining these things up. You might be watching the news. You niggas blind by watching the vote. Yo, vote don't fucking matter, man. Deuteronomy 15:17 or 17:15, the Lord tell you don't put a king over you that's not of your kindred. So us voting, let alone, why would we vote for an Israelite that's not trying to keep the law, statutes, commandments, and the faith of Yahweh Shema Shai? Even more, every president was not of our nation. Barack Obama and Kamai Harris is not of our people. You know? To keep going, it says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with marred clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, and they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom, right, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. Through the Spirit, the Lord is building up the tabernacles of David. That's Amos 9 and 11. The Lord is establishing us and building us up. Yahushua is going to be in this way, but the prophecies, like we said in Luke 24:44, has to be fulfilled. Yahushua is coming, man. Yahushua is coming. He's coming, baby. Get sick and tired of this damn place, man. The statue has to fall. You know, whichever built it must comes down. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and I don't think that nigga got back up. This statue gonna fall, and it's not gonna get back up because the kingdom that's coming after is gonna be established, and it ain't gonna be moved. You know? It ain't gonna be moved, baby. It says, for as much as thou sawest the stone was cut out the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, and the silver, and the gold, and the great God have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure. Yo, that was a minute in past time, and guess what? We in the feet, we in the toes, and they stink. We there. Let me go to Zechariah real quick. I said I was going to end right there, but I'm getting a little excited. Slide some oil to me. Slide some oil to me. Let's go to Zechariah. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. It's Zechariah chapter 1. I'm going to go start at verse 18. It says, then lifted I up my eyes and saw, behold, 4 horns. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. Those horns go back to what we just read in Daniel 2, but we were supposed to read the other 2 before, right? But you go to Daniel, the 7th chapter, the 4 beasts, the 4 empires. That's to even back up that America is an empire, because it falls with the 4th beast. That beast in Revelation 13, it was wounded and it healed. That's the 4th beast. The 4th beast was Rome, right? So that's the 4 horns. Horn means power. It means kingdom, king, or power. But a beast could go into a political power. And Rome was a political power. The Greeks was a political power. America is a political power. So on and so on. Verse 20, it says, the Lord Yahweh showed me 4 carpenters. And I then said, I would come these to do. And he spake, saying, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, so that no man did lift up his head. But these are come to fray them and cast out the horns of the Gentiles, which lifted up their horns over the hand of Judah to scatter them. Right? The 4 horns, but then you gotta count out the first horn, which is Babylon. You know, Babylon is the first horn you cut out, because Babylon was the top goal. And then after Babylon, what kingdom came after him? The next material, right? The next builded thing, which was the next part of the body. You know, the statue of Nebuchadnezzar. That was the Persian Medes. That's the first carpenter. Then the second carpenter is the Greeks, starting with Alexander the Great taking over Doris, right? And then the third carpenter was the Roman Empire, right? Then the 4th one is that stone. We haven't seen that one come back yet. That stone is Yahushua, you know? That's why you got to patiently wait for the Lord, but you got to be patiently and occupied in his ministry, man. You know? Lord willing, this was edifying, man, you know, to the sheep. You know, we dabble here and we dabble there, but the main point was about being bold for the Lord, you know, in his name, and teaching his word, regardless if they hear or forbear. I want to give all praises, all honor to the one true power facing the east. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. To the ones new to the channel, Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world innately calls Jesus the Christ. And the Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo-Hebrew, right? And double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. Lord willing, that they can continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered 4 corners of the earth in the same spirit, right? Teaching this word and believing this word, right? And shalom to the Akwat Yum, the sisters of this faith, and believing in this word. Lord willing, that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the most I have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. So with that, shalom. Till next time, shalom.